Okay.
We're live.
Okay. Welcome everybody to Gloria Horn Sewing Studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And today is something different with Sherry. And she's making a little girl's dress called Mary D. So, and there it is. This is the final project. So if you were on Facebook and you'd like to follow along with us for the class, then what you'll need to do is register. This is if you're on for the very first time. And so you'll need to register and make an account. Go type in at the top of the bar, the comment bar, and put in register. And then it'll take you to another screen, and you will put in your first name, your last name, your email address, and create a password. And then you can kind of leave that and come back and watch us. And if you were on the app, you're all set and ready to go to watch this class right now or later today or a year from now. So that's really the easiest way to shop with us and watch all of our videos. We go on about 7 times a week. So to get the app, you will just go to the App Store and type in Gloria Horn Sewing Studio, and then download the free app, and then you're all set and ready to go. We at $8 is our shipping, and it's free with a $75 purchase. And we will combine orders in a 24-hour period. So if you watched us yesterday and bought something and you buy something today, we'll combine that.
Or this afternoon.
Or this afternoon, yes. Kimber Bell will be on this afternoon. So, and then we'll combine it and you'll get free shipping. And let's see, anything else? We are on other platforms. We are on YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok. Okay. Those platforms, we cannot shop there yet, so it'd be best to come over and get the app. But we will eventually be able to shop on those platforms. We're almost there, is what PJ tells me. We're almost there. Okay. So I see people coming on, and we have in North Dakota, and let's see. It's okay, Florida. We were just talking about Florida. And
New
when
Mexico.
Oh, when are you
North
going to do
Dakota.
boys' clothes? You're going to do that. Is
We
that
might
next?
have a surprise.
Yeah, okay. And
And Shirley's in Maryland.
You
I know her.
some. Yes, okay. And let's
We
see.
hope Ruth Ann's doing good.
Mm-hmm. And so this is always fun to see where everybody came from. And it's in
Michigan,
Illinois, Texas. Mm-hmm.
And Dean's in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Ohio.
That's,
Colorado.
Was that Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Texas.
Okay.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting. Okay. And Bethel Park, that's close to home. She can come into the store anytime. Yeah, St. Louis. And we get a lot of visitors.
Oh, Dean's in Plum. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in Hawaii.
Hawaii. Wow. Yeah,
there's a couple people from Hawaii because it's a different name than I saw the last time.
Okay. Your daughter in Pittsburgh. Oh, is that your daughter?
That's my daughter.
Okay. Yeah. All right. In Utah, West Virginia,
Georgia, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Great. And a lot of people like to come and visit us, and we really, really like that. So a lot of people will be on their way someplace else, and they'll stop off here in Pittsburgh, and you come see us at the store. So that's a lot of fun too.
You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's always fun here.
Yeah, it's always fast moving. They're over there now rearranging the store. And and they're always rearranging. You take a day off, you come back, and things are different.
Poor Nick, the old studio is now the kit cutting area.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting there. And poor Nick had to move a cutting table up. And he said, the first time we moved the cutting table down, I had to move it back up.
Yeah.
So this
Is it
is
down again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he had to bring another
Poor
one
guy.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said,
Yeah. Thank
So
goodness
thank-
we have these young men now Because before a while ago, it was just all ladies and Gloria's husband, and and but now we have some
Very
youthful
nice young men.
Yes, very nice
Yeah.
young men, and it's really helped out a lot with all the heavy stuff. Because when you buy a sewing machine, our top of the lines are in the box the size of a dishwasher.
They are. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's good to have.
And with the last 2 weeks, we probably brought in 100, 150 cases of fabric.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to find places for
Yeah.
it, but the boys are very, very good about running in and running up and down the steps.
That's
so.
right. And this is someone said, I love the store when I am back home in Pittsburgh visiting my relatives. She always comes and visit. That's nice. Good. Should all come to Pittsburgh and visit us.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what are you doing today?
Right. So when we left the last week, I said if you could do it to get the lining lined up on the garment. So that's where this is. And in your instructions, it is step number 3. And we have the linings are pressed up on the bottom. We've extended, the other end. Can we see that one?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We've extended the seam allowance so that it goes a little bit past the back edge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now we're going to be brave. And I do prefer pinking shears to do this. Let me grab these.
Okay.
I take the corners and I do those at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of corners on this one. Okay, we do that one at an angle, and then we cut, not on the line, just a little bit away from the line. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what this does, in the olden days, it was called grading your seam, and you would do one close to the stitching and then one 1/4 of an inch away, and then have to notch it. Well, this kind of does all of it at once.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little faster.
It's a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just one cut. And I know some of you may not have pinking shears. If you don't, you have to grade the seam, which is cutting about like 1/8 of an inch from the cutting line, and then cutting your lining, and then cutting your fabric probably a little bit more than that because it's only a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've stitched this together and you look at it and you think, how the heck are we going to get this right turned around? The magic will happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's why when you try to take apart to do an alteration, sometimes if this is the way it's done, it's kind of tough to redo it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Almost. This is the longest part around.
Your scissors are very good.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
they do. You don't seem to be struggling at all with the.
They cut
Sometimes
very
I
smooth.
have a hard time with the.
Yeah, these are the Kais, and I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like scissors. I have a pair of very old scalloping scissors. I don't really know what you use them for, but they were fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a pair of Ginger Pinkers, but these are just smoother.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't need another pair of scissors?
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my original pair of Gingers, I had to replace them. My husband cut joint compound, the
Oh, boy.
netting
Mhm.
with them. Yeah, so he had to buy me a new pair, and he now knows not to touch my scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any lefties at the store?
We do. There are some left-handed scissors to it.
Anybody left-handed at the store?
I don't.
I don't
I,
think
I
so.
don't.
Don't
I
think
don't
so.
remember anybody ever
Oh.
saying that they were left-handed.
I'm-
Or is Kathleen?
oh, I think she is.
Yeah, I think she is too, because I think that it came
Yeah,
up in a conversation.
Because she cuts left-handed. She has a ruler on the other side.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
All right.
Kathleen goes on with Kimberbell so every now and then.
And she does the Glorious Summer too.
Mm-hmm.
She did the blue and white tabletopper.
Corey's left-handed.
Corey Tibbs, okay.
All right.
And Dean's gonna come try those scissors.
Yeah,
He's
they're
gonna-
they're
I'll
really
stop
nice.
and test them. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's
Any excuse
All
to
right,
come
now.
in. Yes.
If you look at the way this is laid out, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the backs through the front. If you tried to pull it the other way, you wouldn't be able to do it because you'd be pulling everything through one side. So if you tried to pull the front this way, you would pull everything. But this way, we're pulling the back through the front. And I gather it and then push it through. And you have to just carefully kind of pull it. Just take a bunch, take your fingers down, and then pull it up. Once you get the main part across the skirt, it goes really quick. There it is.
yeah, you have more to grab, right?
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
mhm.
All right, so now you have, and we will press this. Now you have one side, and then we do the other side. The first time I ever did this, it was like magical. Ooh, look how good that looks inside. And if you had something that had a seam in the back, I would do this first and then stitch the seam so that it could go through one piece on the yoke.
That's a good idea. You would do it.
Okay.
So look at that.
So
the dress is practically
now-
done.
Yeah, we're almost finished. Hopefully we're almost finished. All right, so then you go to your iron.
Can we slide you over towards the center?
Okay.
What if we just leave the iron over here and then we'll slide the pressing mat?
Oh,
over?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I
Okay.
can put that. Yeah.
Okay. You've done this a time or two.
I don't know. Yesterday I found this easier to
To
like
work on.
that. Yeah, because you had more space to.
Okay. So do I have a pin?
Do you want like a
Yeah,
little?
just a straight pin.
Okay. Okay.
So since we cut that at an angle, I just pull out a little bit of it. Yeah, so that I don't do that. I don't want the thread. But just to make it look a little neater. And then if you kind of roll it between your fingers, it starts to finger press it a little bit just to give you a head start. And then the curve. It kind of brings it all to the front. And then the same with the sleeve, with the armhole. So I was taught a long time ago that you rolled and basted it, and you did it by hand. But no need to do that anymore. And then you're going to press it. I think we're on. Yes.
Let's see. Put it on there and then,
Yes, we are.
okay.
Okay. So you're just going to press along and just kind of keep it rolled with your finger and do it ahead of the steam. See how nice that looks?
Yes, it does look nice.
And then you do the same thing. I'm going to be backwards here. Let me do this. We'll do around it so that then we'll flip them. So you do the same thing on the other end. Maybe I can get that one out. Okay.
What size pressing mat are you using? Do you know?
This is the 17 by 24.
That's your favorite?
I like that one because you could put your iron down on it and still have
And still
some
have
more.
room.
Yeah, a lot of people like the next size, the 14, the snack table size, so they can put it on the snack table and bring it right up to the sewing machine. And then some people like the long one, so they can cover their whole
The one that goes on the ironing board?
the
Yeah.
ironing board.
That's a serious
Mhm.
one.
That's very serious. Yeah. Mhm.
But they do make a difference in when you're pressing to have it, because it retains the heat, so you get both sides.
Mhm.
Let's see. I'll
So you-
put in the snack tray size. next.
Okay, good.
Where do
Uh-huh.
you put your snacks if you're pressing?
That's what I was thinking.
Where would you? I guess you
Where
could.
would you put your snacks?
Mhm. You have. I guess you would need two snack
In a
tables.
in a drawer.
Yeah.
In your mouth. You could eat them
Mhm.
real quick and then press. And then next I'll put in the large pressing mat. I think we have one over there if you want to just show them.
Okay. Yeah. This one is while you're pressing. I'll show you. It is the largest one, and it is 21 5/8 by 58 5/8. So you could cover your whole ironing board. Now we had one up in the other building, and we had like a tabletop, so we cut it to size.
To fit the table.
Yeah, to fit the table. It was the length of the table, but then we cut it so that it totally covered the table. Oh yeah, this is it. That's it. There it is.
By the way, we have
we have it here. Yeah, so this is how much we
You
had
could
to
show 'em
cut
the length
off.
of it. Like
Yeah.
How long does it go? Yeah.
It
Well,
is.
You read
yeah,
off
me to
the
hold it?
measurement, so
yeah,
that's it.
this one was. Let's see. Let's see. We'll measure it. So this is.
Oh, I like using Joni's measurement.
Oh,
This
yeah,
looks like
okay.
it looks like it's full. It's
That's a perfect
72.
size for that cutting mat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
So when we do a lot of pressing, we'll put that one out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're
that's
doing your
true.
length.
Yeah, when you have something long, it's nice to have this one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have. See how nice that looks?
Mm-hmm.
And really, the fact that you've trimmed it and pinked it, that gives it the curves. It makes everything go really, really smooth.
And it's so much faster than
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cutting your two seam allowances at different lengths and then going
Exactly.
around and clipping it.
So that is step 3. And then it tells you to finish the seam, to stitch your seams together. So what we're going to do, we'll go to the sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And because you've pressed up the seam allowance on the lining, we can unfold it, and then we'll have a straight line. The other thing that we're going to do, one thing different on the seam allowance, do it at 3/8 of an inch. it's not going to make a big difference in the size of it, but it's a little bit easier for you to work with
Yeah, then a
than
quarter
that-
inch.
than a quarter inch.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I can
particularly.
see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
particularly in this.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to sew this bottom to top because I like the seams going in the right directions. All right, so pin the bottom.
Now, someone says, can you use another fabric than cotton? I guess you could use
You
like
could.
a corduroy or something like that for a fall.
Yeah, I've made this in cotton, linen,
Linen
and a
waves.
featherweight corduroy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could do a lightweight wool too.
Mm-hmm.
Because this would be really cute just as a
Yes,
jumper,
jumper, yeah.
with a turtleneck underneath it.
You want something lightweight because of the gather, so.
Right,
Yeah, you know.
right.
Once
And
you
if
turn
there's-
it-
If you're using a heavier fabric, you might want to take some of the gathers, just make the pattern not quite as the pieces quite as wide. All right, then so all of these seams are going to be pressed up. So we're going to stitch them that way. So if your pins match the front to the back, you know your seam's going to match. Helps if you use the right side of the fabric to do that. All right, so you're going to pin both sides, and then we'll go to the sewing machine. And today we're using the Soprano, which is in the line of machines that we've been using, the Brilliant, the Jubilant. The Soprano is the top of the line of like the mid-range.
Yeah.
And it has, I feel like it has everything that a top of the line machine has.
It has many features that,
yeah.
that our top of the lines have. Mm-hmm.
So it's a good thing to use. So we're trying to make sure that any machine that you
Okay.
have is going to be good.
Somebody wants to see the pattern with, they missed the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So here, PJ will zoom in on that.
Sure.
Mhm.
So the pattern comes in a 6 month to 3, or a 4 to 8. And all of the pieces will be included. So you'll have pieces for the 6 month, 12 month, 18 month, 24 month, and 3. And then this one you'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
I was impressed with that because usually they just give you, they give you different cutting lines. So when you cut one size, you ruin the other sizes.
Right.
And so that's why we had to trace.
Or if you have the ones that have the multi-sizes, you cut them out, you trace them onto something and pattern these or whatever and cut them out. And again,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
another step that you really don't want to have to do. All right.
Shirley says decades ago in 4-H, I learned to sew seams bottom up. Is that still true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So we are going to go to the sewing machine.
Okay. And
We're
which
going
one?
to
you-
the soprano.
Okay, that's over
It's
here.
all threaded and ready to go.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot something. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's okay.
All right. Ready.
Okay. So this machine has the screen just like the other machine that we use. We're going to use a 3, and I'm going to lock everything. So it will cut my fabric, it will lift the presser foot, and it will reverse. Like magic.
Okay.
All right. So again, we're going to use a 3/8 inch seam allowance, which on the throat plate, it's the very first line. So can you see
Yep.
that? Are we good? Okay. So stitch 3 will go back and forth at the beginning, and then we'll tell it when to stop at the end. Oh, I feel like I'm sewing slow here. What's the... Oh, there we go. Again, and the baby lock sounds so nice. when you get to the pins where they join, just make sure you don't have anything caught, because that's real common to have happen. Take that out.
Let's see what I say. She's using the J foot. It's the foot that comes on the machine when you open it up, and it's like an all-purpose straight stitch
And then
zigzag
you hit
foot.
the button, and it's going to go back and forward. Okay, so it makes a really lovely seam. And then we'll finish it off as soon as we do the next seam. Do both sides.
Let's see.
Joni, your hair looks pretty.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And I do like the cotton Aurifil thread, which is what I use. And I don't have 20 colors of that. I just do basic colors.
So I hear everyone loves the soprano.
Yeah.
Joan recently purchased a soprano.
It's a great machine to take. If you have a big machine, you're looking for a second machine, or if you just need a new machine. It's a great machine. I haven't met a baby lock I didn't like, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So the seams are finished. Now we'll do like we did last week, and we will take, and we'll use the G foot. And the G foot will, whoop. Oh, I'm not close enough. There we go. The G foot is an overcast foot. So on this machine, it is 15, 16, and 17. So we will do, let's do 15. So that's what it's going to look like. And with the G foot, again, it has that little pin in it so that the stitches will sew over the pin. So what that means is it blocks off the needle, the presser foot from going up automatically because you have to pull the fabric back. And so they don't want it to get caught in it. All right, so with this foot, you run, let me move up a little bit. You want to run the inside of the foot against your fabric, the outer part of your fabric. Again, doing a 3/8 inch seam gives you a better shot of of your finishing.
Yeah.
Does it have a laser light?
No,
No
it
laser
doesn't
light.
have, no laser light.
All right, so when you lift it, you pull it back. So it makes a pretty seam allowance. Or seam finish, I should say. All right, because we're doing it from the bottom, I do both, I just flip it to do it on the wrong side. It's still gonna finish it the same. The seams are the stitches are very balanced. there, that is what your finished seam will look like. And we just trim all these little things off of it.
Okay.
Do you want to finish the other seam and then I'll show them how to cover the buttons?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there we go.
There we are.
Okay.
Okay, so Joni's going to do that. I'd like to show you how to cover the buttons so we can put the buttonholes in it, and then we're going to put the hem in it.
Okay.
So in your kit, you get the covered button kit, which what you need from this, and if you don't throw this away, then you can get a refill pack that doesn't have this. Otherwise, you have every pack, you get one of these. So
Please explain why again you didn't. Please explain again why you didn't flip the fabric when you finish the second side of the seam. Does that question make sense?
I stitched it from the bottom
Mm-hmm.
so that both seams were stitched from the bottom up, and that it really is better, and it also pulls your seams that are interlocked. It'll pull those up rather than pushing them down.
Okay.
So it's like I don't know, it's like with a zipper. The zipper you sew down and across on the other side. In the olden days, you used to stitch it around, which it kind of shifted the fabric a little bit. Now we have walking feet, which helps to do an even feed of the top and the bottom. So the parts of the button that you need, there's a cap, and then the back. Okay, there is a blue little push thing, and then a silicone holder. So I can show you on this back. Since this is going to be the yoke, I cut out, just out of scraps of fabric, on the back of the pattern is a circle. You cut out that circle and use that for your template. Or if you have those, which I had, the circle templates from either your kids had in high school or you had, that you can see through them. And 1 1/4 inches is what this size is. So I just cut out a bunch of different pieces to see what I liked. The red was definitely a little bit too much. So if you want something brighter, that will be your button. And you can also preview it by, you put the piece of fabric on top of it and look through it. You can see what the button's going to look like.
Very neat.
Kind of, okay? So that one was a little bit too dark. So I actually would do either these two with the yellow or those two with the same flower. This one was a little bit too light. That kind of fell apart. So what do you like better, the yellow or the plain?
I like the yellow, but
Okay, that's what we'll use, because that'll be new colors too. All right, so we're going to go back to our silicone piece. You're going to lay the piece on top, and then you push a little bit into it just to see. Okay, so the yellow's in the middle, and then you push with the little blue piece, and it'll push everything in, and you can see that we have our little yellow on our button. And all of those pieces, you want them to be going into the middle. Then you take the back, and I prefer to do this not on that. I prefer to do it on a flat surface because you want it to snap into place. So there's 2 sides. There's a thicker side and then the thinner side. So you take the thinner side and you put it in there and you push. And I think there, and it snapped.
you
So
can feel
once
it snap.
you hear it snap. Once it snaps, you pop it out, and you have a little button.
No kidding. Look at that.
Okay, this is a 5/8 inch button, which the patterns call for 3/8, which I think is like doll clothes size. As a parent, I don't think I would wanted to do all those little teeny buttons. So 5/8 is a good size. All right, then we do the second button the same way. Push it down. And we'll check it. Yep, it's yellow. Okay, then push in. Push your fabric all the way around. And then we take a cap and put the cap on it. All right, I did not hear a snap. I think there's a lot of fabric in it. Okay.
Okay.
Very
go.
cool.
Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes it shifts, and I think that's what it did.
Okay.
Okay, now we're centered. Sometimes it'll slide over. That's why you want to make sure. So there are your buttons.
Yeah. I like the way she places them, you know.
Yeah,
She,
it's kind of fun to
Yeah.
figure it out. I had made a little girl's dress that had a little cummerbund on the front. It was really cute, and it was with gold polka dots. And I couldn't find buttons to match, and so I thought, let's try it. And I covered the buttons using the polka dot.
Oh.
They were so cute. I loved
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And that's what you want. You want to make sure you love what you're doing.
Yeah. They give it
All
a
right.
designer touch, right?
Exactly. All right. So what you want to do with this, you want to press your seam so that your seam's up. Am I good?
Sure, over
Okay.
to towards the center would be helpful for
Yeah, a little bit
Thank you.
more. Okay.
Good? Okay.
There, we got it.
All right. So you want to press your seams open. This is when a long, like an ironing board kind of works. See, and there's a few threads. So this is a good time to clean that up. The other thing that we're not going to do, because that would be just way too much to make you have to think about. You can also do French seams, which French seams, you sew it wrong sides together. So you're sewing on the right side, like 1/8 of an inch, and then you would flip it and then turn it another 1/8. That's just too hard with a 1/4 inch seam.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, I wouldn't expect
Yeah.
anybody to think that was a good idea. All right, so then we press it.
This would be a good time for a pressing bar. Or
Okay,
no?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh,
A pressing
oh,
bar?
yes, we
like the
had-
clapper thing.
we had one, and I guess we have to find that. We kind of got lost a lot of things when we moved over here, but it was a wooden piece, and then the top of it was a curved
Oh,
piece of wool.
Yeah.
And it would, because then it would help the seams to stay flat.
to flatten them.
Mhm.
All right. Fortunately, with cotton, it's pretty easy to press it. And if you have a worry about doing a cotton dress because, oh my heavens, we might have to iron it, if you turn it inside out, put it in the wash, take it out, hang it up, they're good. You may have to touch it up a little bit, but yeah, not too much. Okay, while this is open, the instructions tell you on, oops,
Should
yeah,
I
let me
put that
back.
Yeah, keep it hot.
Yeah, because we have to press up the seam. So on the very bend where it says finishing, so it tells you just to tack down your lining. So you can do that on the machine. You would just I do it from the right side. Just stitch in the ditch in here, or you can line up the lining and top stitch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do either right now.
Okay. Okay. All right.
We're going to put the buttonhole in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we can think about that later.
Okay.
I don't have a preference one way or another. Sometimes I will do it as a top stitching thing, but if I did that, I would top stitch all the way around because I think that would look better. Just having a row of stitching
Yeah.
would look silly. And the dirty word here is handwork,
Mm-hmm.
but I would actually probably do it by hand and just do a couple and just kind of tack it. I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have put hand sewing needles
On our
order list
yes.
because
We don't have very many.
and Joni needed one the other
A
day, and we had to
get
search.
to sew the buttons on because we sew even our buttons with holes in them on with the machine. But these,
Yeah,
you,
which is
with the
amazing.
shank, you cannot do that. So
Okay, so that explains that step. And then, here, we'll do it this way so you can see
mhm.
the pieces. So we need to sew, the buttonholes are going on this side. The only reason why I know that that's it, because the picture tells you that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sometimes they go the other direction. Every pattern's a little different for buttonholes, and it used to be, women's buttons?
Yeah, like over
The buttonholes are on the right.
right, and the men's are on the
left.
left. And then I noticed with that when I did that, the buttonholes in that little dress, they were on the left.
Yeah.
So I just did what
we followed the directions.
we followed the
most of
directions
the
for
time.
that. Mhm.
So what we're going to do is take our pattern piece and our marker, again, because we've been doing so much. All right, so you line up your seam allowances, and everything lines up, so we know we're good. And
You need
again,
pins. Let's see.
Uh,
Well, here's
oh, I
your
moved them.
here's
Oh.
your
Oh,
pin.
pins.
thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would pin this just, oh, I thought that was long. It was a needle.
Mhm.
All right. So you want to pin. Close to the bottom. And then we're going to fold this back and take our friction pen. And maybe we'll try this one.
That's that. This sometimes it's hard to figure out how to open.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
click or where the click is. It goes up and
Oh,
down.
so-
Yeah, but it looks like you should.
You should
Push
be able
it
to
from
do it
the
the
top,
other way. Okay, this
but-
one is working.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our button is not going to be this big. So I'm just going to make the top one. So you mark your buttonholes. Okay. Then you take one of your buttons, and we're going to go to the sewing machine, and we're going to put buttonholes in.
Okay,
And I
this
don't
is
want
exciting.
anybody to panic.
Okay.
Oh, here's our.
Mhm.
The other little trick that I like is I use a little bit of tear away underneath the buttonholes. It just gives it a little bit of stability because we don't have any interfacing to add a little body to this, so the stabilizer helps. So with this one, we're going to use the buttonhole foot, which is A. We have a choice of 3, it's like 10 different buttonholes. I'm going to use the one that has the double end. I think 70.
Yeah, that's
78.
it's you want the standard one, like hold on this right there, 72.
that one?
Yeah, that's like
77.
77. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're in the right one. Okay. So it's going to show us what our buttonhole looks like.
Yeah, so you have, yeah, I like that because it does show you the stitch. And this one has the bar tack, and then the other end is rounded, which looks nice on,
Right.
yeah, it's like a decorative one.
So with your buttonholer, and many of you have probably never touched it. So the back slides and your button goes in there. You make sure your button fits in there. You don't want it to pop out. Okay. Then you have to lift the presser foot a little bit to get it on. And then it snaps into place. Move this one out of the way too. The other trick is you have to pull the flag down. And if you forget to pull the flag down, I'm gonna start it like I'm gonna do a buttonhole, but I'm not really. But it's gonna tell you that I did not pull the flag down, which is really nice because you want to know to do that.
Yeah, it won't let you.
So it won't let you.
Like,
It's I probably didn't.
When
Well,
do we look at that?
what I would suggest is the first buttonhole you make, you do a test of it.
yeah.
Oh, we're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna do it this way. So, the top of the buttonhole is going to be the flat part. The bottom is going to be rounded. The buttonhole will start backwards. So you line up.
Let me see. Hold on.
Can you
one
see
second.
that?
Let me get in real close.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Got it?
Ready.
So you line up the red lines, the red and the green lines here, with the bar that goes across where the beginning of your buttonhole is. And then if your fabric is even on the side, you know it's going to be straight. See right here. Okay.
Okay.
Then, what can I?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you wonder, when can I use the machine without the foot control? This is the perfect time. You unplug it, and then you hit the button, and you get a buttonhole. So it stitches backward and then forward, and then it does your zigzag. And then it goes backward, it comes forward and backward again. It does the other side. And there you go. Oh, we did it backwards. Well, it still looks good. Okay. So there's our buttonhole.
Let's see.
Perfect.
It looks really good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Oops. See, that's what I said. You have to make sure the button stays on this. You don't want it to pop off. You don't want it to be the wrong size. All the button holes will be the same size because you have the same size button in here, which is pretty amazing. This is my favorite part of demonstrating on a machine to somebody is the buttonholer. Because if they do buttonholes, it's really easy. Okay, and then do the middle one. And it's going to be the same thing. This one's a little harder to make sure it's lined up because you don't have the edge. But this one looks pretty good. My flag is down. Yes. Okay, again, line up the end with the reds in the middle. Okay. There are our two beautiful buttonholes. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we're going to go over and cut it. We'll be back to the machine to finish the hem, but we have to do some pressing too. All
Okay.
right. So then you can cut buttons several different ways. This is one, and it is this is called a buttonhole cutter, I think.
Right. Yeah. And it is.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we have a little cutting mat that comes with it. And you gently. I like this because you have a little bit more control over it. If you're at home and you don't have a nifty little tool, when you use scissors, make sure you put a pin at either end of it.
So you don't cut through.
So you don't cut through. Fold your
Mhm.
button in half, and then I can show you.
Mhm.
And
You
snip it.
Yeah.
But make sure that you have pins at either end because it would be very easy to cut through that.
Mhm.
Not that I've ever tried.
Yeah. Mhm.
We know of which we speak, yes.
Mhm.
All right, oops. That one over. All right, so the buttonholes are cut. Just put that back in there so we don't have a cutting accident.
Okay.
The buttons are shank buttons, which means the back of it just has a loop. So you can't sew these on your sewing machine. But we do have a hand sewing needle somewhere. So we can do that. All right, so the last step of this is the hem. The hem allowance
Yeah,
on these
take that.
is
Okay.
3¼ inches. So we're going to take our hot hammer, and there's also a square one that's a little bit bigger, but because this is 3¼ we're going to press it up. Okay, press it up 3¼ This turns itself off.
Yeah, but it looks like it's hot enough because it's still
It's
solid.
not. It's
yeah.
not blinking. Okay.
Yeah, it's not blinking. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do this 3¼ The dishwasher's leaving.
That is a Baby Lock array that's leaving.
Uh huh.
It's a big machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one went good there. Somebody's going to have fun. All right, so this takes a little bit more time because it's so wide, it's so thick, but it's still the best way to do it. And if you want to do a deeper hem in these, you can always make them longer. And then what I find is when you let the hem down, if you put like some trim, some ribbon or something over it, you don't see it pressed. Or you use Best Press and see if it'll take it out.
Yeah.
Now, in the directions, it also says, I think, to turn down 1/4 inch. Well, I don't do that. We're going to do something a little different just to make it easier. Did I get that one? Yeah, there we go. This iron's so light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Karen says she also has the pattern from years ago, but now she's thinking of making more for her grandchildren.
That's a good
Yes.
idea.
And, well, so the next dress that we're going to do, the Lillian, yesterday I was trying to figure out the kit. And my pattern, which my pattern is not like an original from 30 years ago. It's maybe 5 or 6 years old. And I made the little Lillian And I thought, oh, well, let me see the bigger sizes. So I took the pattern pieces out and I realized they changed the instruction on the pattern. So
No.
good thing that I checked that because we have to do it a little different. But it's still cute. It's fully lined and it's a great little dress. I think the hardest part of that is the 7 buttonholes down the back.
Yeah.
And if you do a bigger size, you have more buttonholes to
Oh
make.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay. That,
So that won't be happening.
Mhm.
That one, I think this one is a 5. And I
Mhm.
think,
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think
yeah.
I cut out a 4 in the other one. I still know little people. I don't know big people to make things for yet.
Mhm.
All right, we're almost there.
Getting close.
So the next foot that we're going to use is going to be the R foot, which again is on all of your machines. It's a blind hem foot. And if you've never used it, you're going to say, oh, I should have tried this a while ago because it's amazing. All right, 3 1/4. I like the crease that this makes in a hem. It's just kind of soft. It's not sharp like other things.
Mhm.
There we go. All right. So, what I prefer to do is to take my seam allowance, and rather than doing the 1/4 inch, I fold it back on itself, and then that's how I'm going to do my hem.
Oh, and that gives it some
It
weight
has-
to it.
gives it some weight.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm,
That 1/4 inch thing is just a little crazy.
mhm. Sometimes that can make your dress look so unprofessional. Yeah, because
Exactly.
it's.
And again, you're going to match up your seams so that the hem matches up to the seam allowance.
Mhm.
You don't need a lot of pins in it because you have to take them out before you really sew over them.
Mhm.
But once I get it pinned, I do a press so that I'm sure that it's going to be caught. That also gets rid of all the stuff
Mhm.
underneath it. They have improved the machine stitching for a blind hem. I used to resist using it, but on my baby lock I do.
Yes, yeah, I like it. I've always had to hem my pants, so I really like the blind hem stitch.
All right, a little bit more. Okay, which way do they? So they do
The hem comes up over
they
the.
do it this way,
Yeah.
that way. Okay. You can really do that whichever way you like. And there it goes.
Shirley says the goal is to make your garments look custom made, not homemade.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There,
Mhm.
I
you know,
like that.
I remember when someone said to me, "Oh, I can't believe you made that," but they didn't say it nicely.
Oh.
They were like, "Oh," because I think they expected it to look
Yeah.
homemade,
Mhm.
not handmade.
Yeah.
Like, no. And there's so many just little things that can make the difference in your
Mhm.
garments. Remember, these are glass head pins, so we can press over them. They're not going to melt. and ruin your iron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the
All
wrong
right,
one.
so we're getting all of the hem pressed up. Wait, how do we do that one? That way. Yes? No.
We went
The other
the
way.
hem over the edge, right?
Yeah, we did it that way. Okay. I'm not sure I love that, but we'll love it for today.
Okay.
Teresa's looking forward to learning her brilliant and the different stitch variations on that one.
Okay.
And all of the things that we're doing is on the Brilliant too. All of the
Right.
same stitches and everything. Okay, now we're going to put the hem in. So back to the machine.
Back to the machine. All right.
Let's see where.
Up, change the foot. So we put the flag up, take the buttonhole foot off. This way. Here we go. And this is the R foot. The R foot has it's another one with something in the middle. So this one has a little metal piece that you run the edge of your hem against. Okay, this is when it gets a little tricky. We want, this one is 36. So on your stitches for your blind hem, there's a 36 and a 37. The 37 is for knits. So we're doing a woven. So this is our hem, this is our dress. So we want to stitch, the hem is underneath, the dress is on top. So we're folding back the dress. And I do it like 1/4 of an inch. This is your seam. It's going to stitch on the hem and then catch the dress. Stitch on the hem, catch the dress. So the trick is to make sure that that little foot runs against the edge of your dress. Okay. There we go.
Oh, you forgot. Yeah, you have to plug it
Oh yeah,
back in.
have to plug it back in.
Mhm.
I do not do this on its own.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself on that one.
Mhm.
All right, so now we should be able, yes, there we go. So it stitches along the hem and then catches the dress. Again, it's a lot of dress. So, and I can also feel underneath where my pins are. So if it feels like it's too close, I pull the pins out. And this one feels too close.
There's a pin.
All right, one seam. We're almost there. I know, it's a lot of hem. Okay.
What stitch width and length did you use?
So this one is just what it's set at.
Mm-hmm.
If you needed to take a smaller bite, you can adjust this. So that means that this little zag is going to be a little bit smaller.
Oh,
That's really the only
Yeah.
adjustment you can do on that because everything else is grayed out.
gotcha.
Okay. So that's the back and that's the front.
Look at
So
that.
It's
if
beautiful.
the little,
It is.
yeah, and again,
Yeah.
if you need a little less bite on the dress, you just make it a little smaller. But I think this looks good. All right, we're going to take the pins
Oh, here she
out.
comes. We have a model.
Oh, perfect timing.
Looks like she woke up.
Avery. So we have a model.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
And we take the
Hi.
pins out so we don't pinch her.
hmm
Hi.
There you go. Who's that?
Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
And we don't have buttons on it yet,
Mm-hmm.
but we can still try it on her.
Mm-hmm.
Should I? Or just do it rough?
You want to just try it
Just
over?
start over top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think we want to
Maybe she'll
be.
grab it.
Oh, pins
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
let's
figure
move
off,
those scissors.
scissors and
Mhm.
everything.
Hi.
Hi, Avery. Are you ready?
Hi.
Put this on.
Let's
Mhm.
see. The other way.
Pretty
that's
dress.
Yeah. Pretty baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh,
pretty.
She's not sure.
Mhm. Oh, is it cute? Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Avery. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so she'll go like this. We'll put buttons in it.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
adorable.
And it crisscrosses
Look
in
at
the
me.
back.
Mhm.
Look at that.
It
over
works.
here.
Yay!
Yay, it's cute.
Look at Dad.
Over
Mhm.
here.
Avery, where's Dad?
Yeah.
Look. Oh, no. Okay. There's too many lights.
You zoom in. Yeah. There you go. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect dress for you.
We'll
Mhm.
let you finish.
Mhm.
So all
Thank
we
you
have to
for
do is
coming
sew
and
buttons
modeling.
on.
Mhm.
Nice.
And dress is finished. So yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect
So
fit.
I would just press the hem really good. Again, either tack this down or hand stitch it around.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah, I really do like hand stitching.
I'd probably hand stitch that down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Would you like to say any words?
you match the pattern piece. It's best to use the pattern piece because you don't have, that way your center is marked. Wherever your buttonhole line is, that's where your button's gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Here's a pin. Here's a pin. There, I got you.
All
Here.
right, so we're gonna put one here. And we're gonna put one here. All right, so we have those marked. So we know where we sew on the pins.
Mm-hmm.
But there we are.
There you go.
There
It's
we are.
perfect.
It's really
yeah,
cute,
really
yeah.
cute. It's a really cute
So
dress.
I hope that everybody will send us a picture.
Yeah,
So we
on
can
our-
see what your makes look
Mhm.
like.
Yes, definitely.
We love
We
that.
love
I love
to
show
s-
and tell.
Yeah, we love to see everything that you make.
Do you want to take our model
So,
in for the end
In
of the
our
show? Oh, wait, we have to show a
next
couple things.
something different is Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is Lillian. And she's just a little shift dress. Again, I like something different, so we used a border fabric for this one.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you'll learn how to match up the border and also place the design right in the center. Mm-hmm.
This And I can tell you honestly, the first one I just cut it and it was off, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
can't do that. Cut a new front.
Yeah.
But that's the Lillian, and we have it in two. We'll do it in two different color waves. And Lillian is super easy. She's two pattern pieces, a front and a back, and you do the lining. So we're going to do the border. So this is the dark, and then this is the white. And the white is actually the one that I'll be putting together in class. So really pretty fabric. This is actually a Martha Pullen fabric, which anybody that's followed heirloom sewing and for a long time, Martha Pullen has been around for a long time. This is one that she designed, and the lining matches. It's in the same collection. I don't know that
I
you
don't know
can
if you
see
can
it.
see.
It
let's
has.
see. If I get real close, I can see.
Oh, there you go.
Barely.
It has the same pattern as what's on the
Really
main
cool.
fabric. So it's really, really pretty.
So I have these. You called them blue and white, but I have yellow flowers and blue flowers.
Oh, okay, that's
Is
good.
That okay?
Yeah, because that's
So-
yellow flowers and that's
Mhm.
blue flowers.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yep.
Really cool.
So then the other little sneak peek we can do.
Yes. These are so cute.
So someone was in the store and said, "Oh, the little dresses are so cute, but I have a grandson." So do I. So
Yeah.
does Joni.
Yeah.
So-
Aren't they cute?
We have these little shorts.
Shorts.
They
Aw.
have little pockets and
Yeah, their pockets are
and
really
they're lined.
cute. Yeah. The pockets are lined.
And then we have
Oh, it's a nice deep
these-
pocket too.
yeah,
They can
it's-
put their
they can put-
cars in there.
Mhm. Yeah, they can put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. mhm.
So this will be upcoming after we do Lillian. I just love these.
Mhm.
I have 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter, so
Yeah. mhm.
so you can sew for boys.
Yeah.
So what sizes did the? Here's a question
That
about
kit is 6 months, 6 months to 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Avery's decided she likes her dad now.
Right,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
All right.
She's
Yeah.
gonna help him behind the
Behind
the
camera.
camera, yeah.
We'll go out and we'll say goodbye when we're almost.
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
We just have a couple more things. Okay, so I think we hit on pretty much everything. You're using cotton thread.
I use the
Mako,
R-fill because it's
Mhm.
cotton fabric.
and you were gonna go for white,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had medium.
Yeah.
tearaway.
This was the.
So if you've never used a stabilizer, you don't embroider. This is a good tearaway. I cut it in strips and then just have it for my buttonholes.
This is it's 12. This is 12 inches high, and it has 10 yards, so it will last you for a long,
For a
long,
long time.
time. But if you have embroidery, we do use this for stabilizer for embroideries too.
And someone asked about the sizes. So with the Lillian comes 18 months to 14. So here's the truth. They changed the directions. So so the one I have will be fully lined, but it'll just be done a little bit differently. But we did the kit that will be for the 18-month to an 8. The 10, 12, and 14, we will have the fabric online for just the yardage, and you'll need 2 yards. That was just
Okay.
the easiest way to do that.
And we are getting more of these Lillian patterns very soon. I think they're just a little
Yep.
bit out.
Yep.
But the fabric kit will be available. Both of the fabric kits are available.
Yep.
And
We actually have some cut. Yay, we're ahead of the game today.
get the
I think that's about it. I mean, you have some Kai 8.5-inch scissors. in
Pink,
here?
yeah, the pinking shears.
Good.
We have the
That's the scissors.
these are the
and
regular scissors, and then we
they
have
have the pinking
pinking
shears.
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 Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And somebody says, "Do you get the pattern with the fabric for the Lillian?"
No, the patterns are sold separately.
Mhm.
And you can waitlist authorize, right? We would recommend they
Yeah.
Yeah.
waitlist authorize so right when it comes in, they
You
can
get
grab
first
this.
dibs.
Okay.
They'll get first dibs on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mhm.
next is Kimberbell at 3 o'clock, and we're gonna go get ready
Yeah.
for that.
Kathy and Mary Lou are doing
I'm not sure.
Save the Date.
Oh,
Save the Date
Yeah,
pillow.
and something
Yeah.
else too. So, mhm.
Liberty Heights something.
Yeah. Okay.
We never know.
All right, so here's our
Yeah, here's our
wants to
model
come back
again.
in.
We can bring her in and say
Hi.
hello, say
Do you
goodbye.
want to say goodbye?
Say bye bye. And
Bye bye.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a great model.
Yeah. That's
All
She's
right.
not sure, but maybe this could be a career.
yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
So maybe next week, maybe the following week.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
see.
just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Download the app so you get notified.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
right.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.